Can people hear me? Alright, here we go. Okay. I don't know. Ugh. I guess my mic cut out or something. Okay, that was weird. Like, I got it connected, but I needed to, like, fucking select it again so it could work. Such is the life of a streamer. You never know what's going to happen. There we go. I think I'm gonna change the arm pose. It looks kind of weird. It looks kind of weird on this one. Let's see. So what's your favorite Pokemon of all time? Favorite Pokemon? I guess it'll have to be Pumpkaboo. I know, shocking. I chose a cat-themed Pokemon, but yeah. It's a cat pumpkin. It has headlights on its body, and it's really adorable. So I'm like, yeah. So that would probably be my favorite Pokemon. Yeah, my plan for this pose is like for her to be holding up her book bag. For Victoria to be holding up her book bag and she's struggling because it's kind of a big thing for an 8-year-old to carry around. And that's all they got, though. Yeah, but that's all they got, though, for that. Da, 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 da. Go. Got that. Yeah, it kind of sucks I didn't have more time to at least draw one pose out, but... Oh, I have not had the time. I really have not. Moving in is hard. Oh, hello, Amanda King presents. Welcome to the Riot Kitty Cafe. I hope you're having a great Saturday. I'm actually, like right now, my job kind of sucks, so I moved to night shift, so it's been weird getting up at the crack of dawn. No, I'm not getting up at the crack of dawn, going to sleep at the crack of dawn. I slept in and I basically woke up like maybe an hour ago. And stuff, so yeah, I'm still slightly groggy. No oily, but otherwise okay. Axel says, I never saw Pumpkaboo as a cat. Well, yeah, it's got like a cat head, and then it's got a pumpkin body. It's like a chimera of sorts, but it's a cat and a pumpkin mixed together. Well, I've been up since 5:30 this morning. Damn, you know, I went to sleep at 5:30 this morning. Yeah, it's been strange getting up when it's still at the. It's been strange going to sleep at the crack of dawn. But I know if I didn't, I would be like pretty much dead. Oh yeah, no, Wiley, for sure. It does feel more natural to sleep at night. But yeah, so since more people are here, here's my side character showcase. I got it all done. Our parents, father's best friend, classmate, teacher, and then the choice makers that I did. Yeah, so this is really freaking cool. I'll probably like post the full thing, but in 2 parts because this piece is so long that YouTube does not allow the aspect ratio. So yeah, I even got Dollhouse XC in the background. I thought that would be a really nice aesthetic choice on that. But yeah, I'm finally drawing what more things look like in my comic. I'm basically developing on the side as a hobby, so. Now I got Victoria coming in. Oh yeah, you know what? Maybe I should at least show what Victoria looks like. Yeah, so give me 1 sec. Let's see. Art. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is a good shot of Victoria. Yeah, so this is Victoria in the center, so her dollhouse outfit is going to be one of the outfits in this concept art, and then the nightgown that's poking out, like that's the source of the ruffles, that's going to be another outfit. And then she's going to have 2 casual outfits that she wears when not in the dream world, so. I just like giving characters different outfits, like, you know, at least a couple. Like, I'm not going too crazy with like Winx Club or Totally Spies where they wear a different outfit every day. But, you know, just a few to show that time has passed, that they have different fashion tastes, things of that nature. Definitely know that. Yeah, no, her eye should be farther. And basically what I'm going to have is that she's struggling to hold this freaking massive book bag up. They don't have, like, little ones. She just has a big one. She's like, oh, fine. I'm trying my best here. Yeah, I'll say this. I am an early bird by nature. So I'm just like, I'm trying really hard to keep it up, and like, you know, I haven't fallen asleep on the job yet, so I'll count myself lucky in that. I've been like staying up late and trying to sleep in later so that I can not fall asleep on the job, and I haven't yet. But you know, yesterday I was like super freaking sleepy around 3 a.m. I'm like, oh, what? I need to make it. I need to power through. Amanda says, you're a stronger person I am. I have to keep my 3 hours of sleep from 2 a.m. to fight. Oh, Amanda, you need to sleep more. That's not good. So what you're saying is energy drinks for Christmas this year. Oh my god, yeah. If only, you know. Yeah, it's just sadly I can't have the normal methods that most people used to stay up. And you know what, I actually didn't know why until recently. Like I got auditory processing disorder, and energy drinks have never worked on me. Like I remember I got in trouble at school once, like in physical education gym, because like my friend handed me like a Monster Energy, and like I gulped some of it down, and I fell like right asleep. Like I fell asleep sitting like in a cross-legged position, because like it knocked me the freak out. And I can't have coffee unless I'm like dead tired, like I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep or something. Otherwise, I also fall asleep. So it's like, and my aunt told me, it's like, oh yeah, there's been like new studies done where it's like people with ADHD or whatever, they're less likely to have coffee and energy drinks work on them, because their brains are wired the exact opposite way that the body takes in like those types of like electrolytes or something. Like, huh, that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. Yeah, Gilliam says, I can't drink coffee at all. It upsets my tummy. I can't stand the smell. I think coffee most of the time smells nice, but yeah, a lot of times it's too bitter for me too to drink, and well, it doesn't really work on me that much. So I maybe have like coffee like maybe once every few months. If I'm like really like, if I'm like running on like 3 hours of sleep. Like there's some really nice ones like a mocha, or like this one I get at La Java. It's called like a Monster Cookie Charger. And I get at a coffee store. It's called a Monster Cookie Charger. That's pretty good. Like it's basically like a caffeinated ice cream drink almost. Alright, so now I got the pose. So now let's make her not bald. Okay, that study explains why it takes like 6 energy drinks in a day to take effect. Yeah, like it. So it's like, I guess if I drank a lot, then maybe, but yeah, it's like, yeah, it's not. Yeah, no, I just, no. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Yeah, 950. I'm 50 away. I just need to like keep up some content grinding, and I think I'll be there by the end of the year. That'll be awesome. Yeah, I think I'll be there by the end of the year. That'll be awesome. Okay, so now I'm not gonna be looking at chat for a bit, so because I need to look at her hair. Because I've given her extremely like frumpy bangs, I'll say that. Like you could say I've given her like anime character bangs, but like not the like wild hair colors they sometimes have. Here we go. Getting some hair in. Oh, yeah, and you know what? So, yeah, Little Like Cat Dancer is my channel's profile pic, and you'll see my profile pic has changed. And that's because the Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster Little Like Cat Dancer finally got new art after like 7 years. In the form of the spell card Little Light Masquerade, so I'm like, I need to put that as my profile pic. Oh god. Alright. I'm in the zone. Okay, I think I made it these hair things too puffy. Okay. Back to the drawing board. I've been experimenting on how to draw her hair. It's like, it's kind of a little bit unkempt to like... Also, like, it's kind of like a more of a bob cut, like it goes around her face. So, instead of being like a typical anime character look where it's like, okay, it's spiked up and whatever. There we go, she has the bob cut. Now for the rest of her hair. Here we go. I think today I'll be going for 2 hours. Because I can stream whenever I want. I don't have to worry about anything. Woo! Oh, no, Wiley, this time it's gonna be my main character of my comic Dollhouse XC, Victoria. So it's gonna be this character. Right here in the center with the purple outfit. So... yeah, this is going to be one of her outfits in the concept art, and then I got 3 other outfits for her. I mean, honestly, this is like a very easy hairstyle to like make like look super flat and with no definition. I'm just like, okay. go.
Erase that.
Go. More detail. Here we go. Okay, where's my reference? There we go. Ta-da! Alright, she's got hair now. Alright, now look at the chat. Shademancer, hello, hello, welcome to Riot Kitty Cafe. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Axel says, so any plans for a 1K special? Ooh. Well, that's a good question. You know, I have a couple of ideas. I usually do like a poll for the sub special. I'd probably go with, let's see, my second original story. Maybe an artist Q&A. That would be cool. Like artist/writing Q&A. I'm not sure yet. If you got any suggestions, that'd be cool. Like I pretty much open to just about anything. Like when it comes to like fun topics or whatever. I can also see myself like doing like a celebration stream. That'd be pretty nice. It says, yeah, you drew hairs. Yeah, she's no longer bald. So now we have to give her clothes. Outfit 1 sketch. Okay. Yeah, because I've been experimenting on how to draw Victoria's hair, and I think I like this. Like the best, because like it's a little slightly more spiky than I used to draw, but I'm like, it looks very full and like full definition, so like, I don't know, maybe poofy hair Victoria is the way to go. Because yeah, like this kind of hairstyle is like very easy to like make look super flat, because you know it's kind of like, it's like you got hair in the front and like hair in the back too. It's like it's basically like a cylinder almost, like in terms of definition. So it's like it's very, very easy. Like I've done it before trying to draw Victoria and stuff. Axel says, I'm not good drawing hair. Yeah. For me, I guess it's like 50-50. Like some hairstyles, like I'm really good at. Like I think like I drew braid. I have been drawing braids like really well, like with the bone structure and everything. Sometimes a little more curly hair. Like I don't know, like yeah, but like Victoria's hairstyle, I've kind of struggled on. And actually, this guy in the top left, like, I could not draw the hair I had drawn for him. It looked more like, kind of like leaves, like it poking, sticking, jutting out from his bob cut. And it's like, I could not draw that hair for the life of me, aside from the front-facing angle. So I just changed it to this. Like, kind of like more like a ponytail style type deal. So it's like, yeah, sometimes, like, I find it really easy to draw certain hairstyles or whatever, and sometimes it does not come naturally. Like I'm working on like this Miles Morales video, and like it's a time lapse, like, and so I'm like, I cannot draw. It's like I had never drawn like extremely curly hair before, so I was like super nervous. But you know, it's like it kind of just like, it's just like, as Shia LaBeouf would say, just do it, even if it kind of looks wonky at first. You know, you can always change it up later. Like how I'm doing with Victoria now. It's like her hair hasn't been this poofy. I'll just say that. But I decided to change it up a little bit, just so I'm like, and so I got a little more hair. Now sadly, I don't have the outfit I'm drawing on my computer, but I do have concept art of this one. Well, I do have like sketches, I mean, of this one at least. So this will probably go smoothly. The second one and the nightgown I just have in my head. So I'm gonna try and use my brain power to bring it into reality when I get to it. But yeah, this one's gonna be easy peasy. Because I already know what this outfit looks like. I've drawn it before. Alright, if I'm not looking at the chat, I'm just looking at the outfit right now just to get it correct. Yeah, because it's kind of like, it's like a very long cardigan draped over a dress, so. I'm going to try drawing the dress first. This is a long sleeve. And also it's got a little poof at the sleeve. arm's like extremely big in this. Yeah, I'm gonna redo this. You know what? I think I need to draw the body first. That's what I'm missing. Never mind. I'm gonna draw pose details. And then I'll be good. Oh, the Aces, welcome to the Riot Kitty Cafe. I'm doing a little groggy, but I'm all right. Nothing like Starbucks can't fix. Let's see, we go like this with the head and the bridge. Yeah, so it should look thinner. Based on how much he's holding the bag. And thanks for listening to the spastic ramblings of an artist as you just to draw something. Oh, well. Liam says, same, I feel you there, yeah. Yeah, honestly, like, yeah, with hair, like, sometimes, like, certain hairstyles, like, come super well to me, like, where, like, oh yeah, I know how this looks, I can make it look defined and awesome and super detailed, and other times, I struggle myself, so I feel you guys there. Like, yeah, definitely, especially when it comes to, like, certain hairstyles, like, extreme, like, curls, that does not come naturally to me. Victoria's hairstyle, you could say I'm very stubborn because, like, I decided to not change her hair. Well, at least not, like, give her, like, a completely new hairstyle, just, like, try to, like, play around with the details of it. Because I'm like, I know what my main character should look like. I know what hairstyle she should have. I need to get better and draw it well. It's the cylinder, chin-length hair, basically. Like, at least the way it's, like, defined. Like, super cool. Okay. That determination fuels me. Oh, hello, Oscar. Welcome to the Riot Kitty Cafe. Hope you're doing well as you. I'm a little groggy. Other than that, I am doing pretty well. I've been working night shifts at my job in an effort to save it. So, yeah, it's been weird going to bed at the crack of dawn and trying to get up in like the middle of the day. It's gonna be turned out. Maybe this side will be wider and then this side will be thinner. Alright. Okay, so what your determination guide do? Yep. Pretty much. Side should be thinner. Okay, now get the fingers. Get the thumb over the finger. There we go. Or at least one finger is visible there. Oscar says, hey, have you heard the news that Mario and Peach apparently weren't dating? I did, but I only saw like a post saying that Nintendo said this. I'm like, Did Nintendo really do that? Just because I'm like, I've only seen like posts saying that Nintendo said that, but I haven't actually seen like an interview or anything like that, or like apparently really good friends or whatever. Oh wait, yeah, really good friend. Yeah, you're a really good friend if you propose to your friend, like dressed as a groom holding a bouquet of flowers. Oh god, that's true. Nintendo really did say that. I'm like, what about Odyssey, where Mario and Peach are gonna get married? That's so strange. Yeah. Do you marry your friend that they're? Oh well. No, you're drawing in such a small way. Yeah, it's like the hand thing right here, like, you know. Like, yeah, every detail counts. Hopefully it won't look as jank as it is, but, you know. Okay, there we go. Now for the outfit. Now I get it. Ain't drawing that small. Yeah, just little minute details. I mean, I don't think this stuff is super small. Alright. I'll go back to reference to apologize on my silence. As I try to master the outfit. Okay, so I'm gonna draw the dress first. It's gonna be like a very plain. Yeah, I should say that the book bag she has is like the only one she wants to carry. But she's a little too small for it, so she's like... She just lugs it around. She does. I wanted to give her like personality quirks that a kid would reasonably have. Like, trying to carry something that's too small. Like, trying to carry something that's clearly too big for them, but... Yeah, I guess you could say it's basically like a sweater dress. No. Because it's kind of cold underground. In the place where she lives. And now, let's see here. There we go. Oscar says, have you heard of the Beast Shoujo scandal, Riot Kitty? Yeah, I mean, oh my god. All I can say is, like, that's like the fastest I've seen a company burn down in real time. Like, it was like 48 hours. Like, all the talents left. The CEO announced, like, a shutdown. It just, oh god. Yeah, posted like a very bad statement where it's like, oh yeah, we just had this money and we used it. I'm like, because, you know, it's like $500,000 for charity. Who knows how many hundreds of thousands of dollars they pocketed from the talents they were overseeing. It's like, you know, great idea and concept to like develop and to like design IP with creators and like have them keep it if they leave. Yeah, it's definitely very clicky, and then also it's just like doxing its talents. Like, this is not a good situation. Like, everyone's like, okay, I guess NDA's not valid anymore, so I'm just gonna like everyone's just documenting their terrible experiences with VShojo. It's like, oh dear lord. Yeah, especially from Silverbear, like, yeah, just like, it's, of course, the funny wizard game still being relevant even now. It's like, we're just like, yeah, it's like, oh yeah, it's like where the VShojo scene is like, are you sure you want to play this game? It's like, yeah. It's just, what the fudge is really going on? Ugh. Okay, so now we got the Corrigan. Probably a little poof to it. A little poof. Just a little poof, not a lot. No, Wiley, the VShojo thing is what a lot of people are talking about. It must be really messed up. Yeah, it is messed up. Many of the talents, like, talked about, like, okay, like, auditioning for VShojo and, like, signing, like, NDAs, like, just, you know, it's like them pocketing revenue that they rightfully should be owed from their streams. Like, it's the biggest one, probably $500,000 for like the Immune Deficiency Foundation that the VTuber Iron Mouse raised. Yeah, where the charity did not receive that money at all. Iron Mouse didn't see a penny of it. And yeah, and then Kei-san, formerly Kiri Coco Hololive, she was part of VShojo JP. And yeah, she even quit a stream live on there because, like, I believe, like, she was not getting paid for her work. It is, yeah, it's like one of those things, it's like, oh my god. Yeah, it's basically like in 48 hours, all the talents left, and the CEO announced closure of Bishojo. Like, seriously, it's like the fastest I've ever seen a company burn down. Like, the fastest. Which is, like, absolutely insane. Oscar asks, so who is this character? I am drawing my main character, Victoria Corrigan, of my comic Dollhouse XC. So I'm making concept art of all our cute outfits that you can wear in the comic. Oh, hello, Derek. Derek B52. Welcome to the Riot Kitty Cafe. He says, I'm a viewer, so I hope you get the watch time. Thank you. Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah, I've heard about the YouTube thing. What I think right now, it's like, I heard it from Master the Key, but at least looking at my studio, the views haven't gone down whatsoever. But the watch hours have. So it's like if you leave a like or comment, then the watch hours that you watch from any particular video would, or even dislike. You can even dislike the video. I don't know, but yeah, it's a count towards your watch hour. But like at least from what I'm seeing, from my side, like on the studio side, the views haven't gone down whatsoever. So, like, the views still count, but then the watch hours don't count. So, I think YouTube might get in a lot of trouble. I'll just say that. For monetized creators, since technically speaking, you're supposed to get revenue from views, but they're decreasing the amount of revenue artificially. So, yeah. You might get in a lot of trouble. That's all I'm gonna say. And, you know, it might get a lot harder to get monetized now. But we'll see. Yeah, they just might get in a lot of trouble because they're artificially increasing revenue. Oh, everyone's saying hi. Nice, nice. There we go. Right, now to get the little button. Oscar says, just YouTube being YouTube and not helping people like Hollywood. Yeah, they want to go Hollywood. But if they do, I think they're probably going to balloon. Their bubble's probably going to burst. Oh yeah, I've seen that too, the Uma Musume Pretty Derby. I'm like, I watched the anime, and I like the anime, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to play the game or not. I mean, it looks kind of fun. It's like you train horse girls to... Or you train horse girls and stuff. Yeah, the global release of it has been, like, anticipated for, like, a very, very long time. No, I can definitely see why it got popular. I also do the anime, too. Like, I only watched season 1, but that was pretty good. And apparently season 2 is like where things get really good in like the specials too. I'm like, yeah, I should probably check it out. Ah, look at that. One outfit is sketched out. I still need to put get the book bag though. needs to hold it. Add. Book bag sketch. Derek says the horse scout game is fun. I beat her billions of dollars worth of hay, but one pickle on her burger brings her crashing down. Really, is the game that particular? Oh my god. Oscar says, looking cute, can't wait to see the finished one. Thank you. Oh, hello, Miss Archie. Welcome to Riot Kitty Cafe. Hello, can't say it without drop by and say hi. Thanks for stopping by, Merisu. I hope you like I put your birthday gift, like, with Victoria on it as a thumbnail. No, like, you want new stream series? Why not? Okay, book bag sketch, so... Yeah, she real is adorable. Very adorable. And now... I'm going to try drawing this really intricately designed book bag that I have her. Yep, now just time to sketch this incredibly magnificent book bag she wants to carry around. She's stubborn. Got the class. There we go. This is our magnificent book bag that she refuses to get another one. No, it says, has anyone eaten honey ever since one had a cold and sore throat? Oh no. Yeah, honey helps like soothe the sore throat. It doesn't like a symptom, but it stops it from hurting for a while, at least. I hope you feel better. Well, you know what, just like with my side character showcase, I think I'm just gonna go down the line. And you know what, I'll save my work first. Okay, I also saw that there's gonna be a new Avatar series. I guess interesting concept, but I don't know, like, I looked at, like, the thing, and I'm like, it doesn't really look like Avatar. It seems like it's far off into the future, so I imagine it's gonna be even more futuristic. Or something, like, you know. And apparently, one of the characters has a peg leg, and I'm like, this is gonna come back to bite her, isn't it? I'll feel bad for the new Avatar, though, whoever it is, because they only got Korra to help. She indirectly led to the Avatar cycle being broken, so now she's the last Avatar, and then she's the start of a new cycle, I guess. So it's like, I feel bad for whoever the new Avatar is gonna be. Oh, the sword throw happened over a year ago? Oh, okay. Alright. I usually drink, like, lavender tea if I'm sick, I guess. It's nice. And Corey fan, I was very upset about it. And a peg leg? Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, looking at it, it's like, okay, that's... I'm just like, that's a little ridiculous. I mean, apparently this is like an apocalyptic wasteland or something, and I'm like, this is gonna bite this character in the butt, isn't it? Like, if it doesn't, then that would be like destroying suspension of disbelief here. It's like, are you gonna really fight with a peg leg? You're gonna just use your fists? I don't know. Are you gonna somehow unlock mega healing power and grow a leg? I don't know. I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, and honestly, it doesn't really look like Avatar, to be honest, from the concept. I'm like, at least Korra looked like Avatar. You can tell, like, these are characters that exist in the same universe as the Last Airbender characters, but then I'm like, I don't know about this one. It also kind of sucks that the new Avatar is not going to be a boy, because... But, you know, I guess there were two guys in a row, but I guess it would mix things up a little bit, just having, like, guy, girl, guy, but... I don't know. Oh, well, yeah, like, there's a peg leg, I'm like... I just want... I'm just, like, expecting her to, like, burst into a she shanty and wear an eye patch. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I don't hate her with a burning passion, but honestly, Korra could have been a lot better as a character. Also, yeah, like, it kind of ends with her having the spirit gates open, and there's a lot of terrifying spirits, as the Last Airbender showed, so it's like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, the world's kind of fucked, isn't it? Like, it might be good for a while, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure if this is like the apocalyptic scenario, is that the spirit went into the world of the living, and it wreaked havoc on everything. So it's like, I guess Seven Havens is, I'm assuming it's going to be referring to, okay, there's literally just 7 points of civilization left in the entire Avatar world. Yeah, like the face stealing mother who steals people's faces and eats their face. Yeah. Yeah, I think there was a couple other ones too. I mean, there's some nice spirits, but there's also some pretty freaking evil ones. Like in Korra too, I think there's like that giant snake one or something that was your uncle. It's like, yeah, okay. Honestly, I think Korra, honestly, I think it was like patient zero of like the... Like, it's not as horrible as what came afterward, but it's like patient zero of like, okay. You hand over the role that was held by a guy in the previous show, an MC. You make her like freaking broken. And then you kind of disparage like the old cast in quite a few ways. As they did, the Legend of Korra disparaged the old cast. They made Aang a bad father. Katara was pretty much intact. Sokka died off screen for some reason. Yeah, Sokka died off screen for some reason. Top Beifong was like a forest hobo. I mean, I know you like being a free spirited and something, but I'm like, I don't know, like. But I'm like, yeah, but she's a bad mother. It's like, I mean, maybe she would be a bad mother because, she wanted to like give her children like a free-spirited childhood and like just do whatever they want. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like she wouldn't go that extreme. Maybe like, okay, you can like have a home to go to, but you can do whatever, right? It's just like, I'm not gonna force you or whatever. I don't know. I'm just like, yeah, it's like, I think Zuko's the only one that wasn't really super disparaged, I guess, with that. I don't know, I'm just like, yeah, it's just like, okay. Toph was apparently gay? What? No, she's not gay. Toph isn't gay. Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling like, it's like, I think like, her friends would have stepped in and be like, hey, Toph, you need to like, give them some kind of structure in their lives and not just like go off in the woods and like sleep with a bunch of men. No, she was like, thought in my friend should, got around, apparently. I'm just like, I'm like, I get it, she was a free spirit, but I didn't know she was a free spirit in bed, too. I'm like, you think she'd at least, like, let her kids know who their dad is, right? Dads, plural, apparently. Each of her children had a different father. And she never let them know who their dad was? Like, what the fudge? What the fudge, Tom? Like, come on, I know you didn't get along well with your parents, but you at least knew who they were. Like, you could have at least understood it from that perspective. Yeah, Zami and Korra, like, didn't have any setup. They just, like, walked off into, like, the light, and then that was, like, the end. Like, it was, like, basically it was some, like, Marceline and Bubblegum. Like, because they just, like, randomly, okay, they're gay now. At the end of the show, it's like, really? I'm like, okay. It's just, I don't know, that's just kind of bad writing with no setup. Because neither of them had any semblance of interest in each other. I mean, they both dated the same guy, for crying out loud. No, Toph wasn't gay, that was a typo. No, she wasn't gay. She wasn't gay. She just got around with a lot of dudes and had a bunch of kids with them, so. I mean, yeah, in the original show, she at least sounded like she kind of wanted to repair a relationship with her parents and stuff, you know? It's like, I'm like, okay. You know, sadly, the letter from her mother was a trick, but she was like, I kind of miss her. It's like, I kind of miss my parents, actually. Yeah, honestly, like, yeah, Makoto broke up with her to date Korra. So, I mean, like, what it's like, there's no animosity there, not even a little, not even a smidge. It's like, okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just say, like, you know, it's not as bad as what came after, but you know, animation's still good. There's some highlights here and there. I think season 1 was pretty good, aside from a few nitpicks here and there. And, like, you know, Korra, I was not warmed up to at all. Mostly. I wasn't warmed up to her mostly. It's like, I like the surrounding cast, not Korra herself. So it's like, yeah, and then, I don't know, I kind of, like, dipped out a few episodes of season 2. Looked at season 3, and I'm like, what the fudge? I mean, I'm just like, okay, like, so now people are developing airbending somehow. Why? I don't know. I don't know, and I did not bother to watch to find out why. And then I came out. Or was that season 3? I can't remember. Was there 4 seasons of Korra? I think there was. And season 4 was when they're like fucking opening the spirit gate. Like, I came back for season 4, I think. I think it was like with Kuzera, and then like there's like the spirit world thing, and then like I dipped out again, and I'm like, this is really freaking weird. Oh yeah, why did that happen? I feel like most talking about no one have gained to have a significant other by the end of after last year, but yeah, that's true. But you know what? She was 12. You know, it's like I'm like, you know, you can meet your significant other later in life and stuff like that. Unrequited love for Sokka. But I did not expect that in Korra they would turn her into... can I say that again? I'm not gonna risk it. Just a sleeper around sleeper. Someone who put her ha-has in many holes. I'll just go the Batman. I'll just go the new the Adventures of Superman route and say she made a ha-ha with a lot of holes. Oscar says, apparently Korra was originally supposed to be 1 season. I can probably see that because honestly, it's like, okay, the original show, you had a clear, like, overarching plot where it's like, okay, they're literally, like, it was written for 3 seasons. Is it season 4? Shit, I can't remember. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Let's see, Avatar, The Last Airbender. How many seasons were there? Yeah, 3 seasons. Yeah, it felt like it was definitely written for 3 seasons, right? Because it was like building towards facing the Fire Lord and stopping the war, and Aang learning all the elements in a world that wants him dead and stuff, so... You know, wants him dead and buried. And, yeah, it's just... We're a world that's lost hope and lost faith in the Avatar and stuff, so it's like... Yeah, it definitely felt like it was written for 3 seasons, but then, like, Korra, there's, like, for its seasons, felt like there was kind of their own individual stories, which, I mean, I'm not saying you can't do that, but it definitely, I think it lost the plot. Like, it didn't have an overarching plan. It just had, like, different stuff happening in different seasons, with not a lot of connection to each other, aside from the characters that were in it. As far as I'm aware, so... So... Maybe it was written for 1 season, because honestly, season 1 I thought was the most solid, but... I don't know, but, you know, it's like, the way it ended, I'm like, okay, it doesn't look like it's gonna be the finale or anything like that. I'm like, I don't know. Oh, hello! Hello, Carito Skywaker. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, it has been a while. I'm hoping to get back on track with my channel now. Now that I'm moved in, well, like 3/4 of the way there to my new place, so I can actually, like, not set up streams. Like, I can just have my streaming set up here. It's wild. I was not afforded the luxury of most content creators, where it's like I could just leave my stuff all set up, and now I can. That's pretty awesome. I don't know, that looks jank. No, that doesn't work. Okay, center line. There, I got a little pouty face on her. She's working very hard. the only one, the airbender lineage, like, it starts and ends with Aang basically having children. Yeah, that was just kind of weird. It's like, oh, it's the natural forces, like, balancing itself out. I'm like, that's kind of like a vague metaphorical concept that did not exist in the original show, where it's like, it's like, oh yeah, like, we're all, it's like the balance of the elements and stuff has been thrown off, and like, I mean, it was kind of up to, like, he needed to have kids, otherwise. They're all gone. Like, even in season 1, like, that did not exist as a possible concept with, like, people suddenly developing airbending. And, I mean, like, the only one who made sense to actually, like, develop airbending was Boomy. Like, Aang's, his son. And, it just, you could explain it as like, okay, he's a late bloomer and he unlocked his airbending powers. And now he needs to train and, like, at like freaking 50 to be like, okay, I need to, like, control these powers, otherwise I'm gonna, like, sneeze and, like, freaking blast out of a wall. I can't control the bending powers, But yeah, it's like there's like almost an entire legion of airbenders by the time. God, I don't remember what season it was. I think, I'm gonna look this up again because it's been a while. The Legend of Korra. Yeah, okay, there was 4 seasons. Okay, it must be, I think it was season 3. I'm pretty sure. It was either season 3 or 4. And, like, it's like, yeah, there's just an entire legion of airbenders by the time that, or maybe, I think it was season 4, actually. Yeah, it's like they started, well, like, it was like a legion of airbenders, and, like, some of them are just from completely different kingdoms. Like, their parentage wouldn't make sense to develop airbending powers at all. Like, there's, like, freaking people from, like, I don't know, there's actually a lot of scattered, like, Earth Kingdom people, too. It's like, that wouldn't make sense to develop airbending powers at all, So I'm like, that didn't make a lot of sense, and, like, it was very important in season 1 to, like, protect Tenzin and his family because, the daughter of Aang and Katara developed waterbending, like her mom. And then, Boomy, I think he was the eldest, I'm pretty sure. He was the oldest child, and Tenzin's, like, the youngest. And then the daughter's, like, the middle child, I think. Yeah, Boomy didn't develop any airbending powers, and I don't think he had kids either, so it's like, so yeah, it was very important in season 1 to protect Tenzin and his family, and that's why the Air Temple is right next to Republic City, because they're like, you and your family are, like, you and your, like, 3 children, I think it was, like, 3 or 4 children are literally the last airbenders, pretty much, because Aang's dead and stuff, I mean, maybe the daughter or maybe Boomy could have, but I don't think either of them married, maybe. I don't remember, but I know Boomy didn't have kids. He was kind of like a very free spirit. He just kind of floated around from job to job, pretty much. He was a floater in both life and relationships, and I don't remember if the daughter had maybe she did. Maybe she got married, but I think she got the waterbending gene, so it wasn't very likely for her kids to have airbending powers if she did, so it's like, so yeah, it was very important, and then suddenly it's like, oh yeah, season 4, everyone's an airbender now, you're an airbender. Like, bro, like, I think it was one of Toph's kids that actually developed airbending powers. I'm like, what the, how does that work? Like, she should be an earthbender, if anything. Oscar says, I'm praying Viz canceled Ruby and just reboot it. You're how the news my heart dropped in horror and anger. Without Volume 9 happen, I don't understand why people want Volume 10. Well, I guess there are people who think Ruby's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I've had heard Ruby compared to Berserk. Actually, I think that's ludicrous, but it might be just because, you know, people want to see a show they followed end, I guess, properly, you know, and I get that. I do. You know, there's been a couple of canceled shows that never got to do its ending. Thundercats 2011, Randy Cunningham, 9th Grade Ninja. Didn't get a season 3. Prep. Yeah. Teen Titans should have probably gotten a season 6. I'm sorry, Things End was not. What like Things Change was not a good finale. It was not a good finale, and I guess Trouble in Tokyo kind of was a finale, but you know, it didn't feel like the end of the franchise thing. So you know that thing. Inside Job. You know, honestly, that's one of the only adult animated cartoons I watch aside from like on the I watched on the regular aside from Bob's Burgers. And yeah, they were actually developing season 2, and you know they were just like told one day like, okay, we pulled the plug, even though your show did great, we're still pulling the plug. It's like, okay, we even got a bonus for how well season 1 did from Netflix, I think. So yeah, I mean, you know, I can understand from that perspective. It's like wanting to see something you followed for so long end properly. At the same time, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna have to disagree. Only, even though I understand that perspective, I'm gonna have to disagree because I'm like, I don't think they can come back from whatever the heck happened in like volumes 7 through 9. Like, all the main characters were awful people. And they basically assisted in destroying the world more than Salem ever did. The main antagonist, by the way, who does want to blow up the world. They doomed 2 kingdoms, and possibly a 3rd, because Mistral's fate is honestly up in the air. I'm like, there's no way that like freaking like Salem just like skipped over Mistral for some reason. I mean, it's a little out of the way, like a direction, like from the line where it would take to get to Atlas to get to Vale from Atlas. But I'm like, I feel like they're kind of just like blocked off. Apparently, like they're just blocked off from the rest of the world, at the very least. So I'm like, yeah, and you know, it's just like, and yeah, there's that fucking scene, you know, where Ruby's so-called friends and family stared at her, offing herself like and did nothing. They didn't even move a single muscle and try and stop it. And yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna do this so I can remember what the finger doing. What the finger be doing? Oh wait, no, shit. No, sorry, I swore. Okay. So yeah, yeah. Yeah, that just kind of makes me mad every time I think about it. And I start to swear. Yeah, I guess, like, you know, I was like, so I would want this rebooted, but honestly, like, no matter what it looks like, it's got like a banger soundtrack or whatever, like, I'm like, this show cannot succeed as long as one of the writers are writing, like Miles and Carrie, I believe. I don't know if the other 2 have come back, but I'm just like, these 2 cannot write at all. Barely. If they do write well, it's an accident. somehow, like with Volume 7. Well, like, or at least like some scenes in Volume 7, I should say. But yeah, it's like, I'm like, these two cannot write well. They said, like, I think it was the Volume 7 commentary, there's many where it's like, if it seems like a retcon, it's not, because we're still learning how to tell a story while telling a story, and I'm like, you know, as someone who really wants to improve my writing, things like that, is like he's tried to like work incredibly hard to, you know, just like do stuff like, you know, my first story in high school, you know, I wrote as I went. It was pretty bad. I had like a retcon. I had like a couple of retcons just to explain characters' behaviors. And I made one of the main the two pretty much central main characters kind of were very, very unlikable, overpowered. Pretty much like they were kind of rhymes with niches. They were niches. So it's like, you know what? I'm like, and Ruby comes off as that. You know, you're right as you go. You're not looking back very often. And if you do, you take the wrong things from it. You don't explain the power and mechanics of your world very well. Not a lot of direction. It just... And, like, I'm just like, that just made me cringe so hard. Because I'm like, you guys are, like, what, 7 seasons in now? And you're writing like I did when I was 15. Still. It's been how many years? Like, come on. Take a writing class, please. Or if you're not willing to learn, well, and you know, it's probably not mainly their fault because they were probably surrounded by like yes men, like, oh yeah, this is like the greatest stuff ever. I mean, you should totally do this. But I'm like, look, as long as those writers are present, I'm just like, I don't think I'm gonna watch Volume 10. I might check out a trailer if they do a trailer, because I don't even know if V10's gonna get made, because they're like, what was it, like after a year or two, like they're like, yeah, it's like we're in very early stages of development, which basically means, okay, pre-production. So I have taken that as, since they didn't announce a year for any new Ruby, I've taken that as Viz hasn't greenlit Ruby Volume 10 yet. So the writers are probably trying to pitch Volume 10 to them. And they have not come up with something that Viz is willing to, you know, invest in. That's how I'm taking it. I don't know if that's the case, but I'm just like, at least from what I've seen, I'm like, that's how I'm taking it, where it's like, okay, Viz may very well decide to pull the plug and reboot it, or they're going to pass along Ruby to somebody else. So we'll see. You know, I'm one of those people who are like, okay, Viz is not Warner Bros. They gotta try something with Ruby before they're gonna like sell it off, or I guess like Fox or like Disney. I mean, they're not like Disney, where it's like they're just let IPs like collect dust in their vault for years on end. So it's like they're probably gonna try something with it. What? I don't know yet. At least on all likelihood, since Viz is a manga publisher, if they would reboot Ruby, I think they would do a manga first. I think they would do a manga because, you know, they've done many collaborations. Like, I think there was the Shiro Miwa one, there was Buntakimi one, there were the manga anthologies. They've done a few. So if they were to reboot Ruby, it would be a manga first. It does, and also that costs a lot less than an animated production. And if it does well, they'd be like, okay, we're gonna greenlight it, we're gonna hand it off to the studio to animate it or whatever. You know? Like that kind of a thing. Yeah, but at least I got 2011 Tea Times for fun while Kern Ruby, I don't get or understand why to continue. Yeah, I don't, like, I only understand it from the perspective of someone who's like, okay, I get it. You want to see a show you love end, you know, end properly. Don't remind me. Some people try to justify why Iron Man went crazy, and it's just, yeah, the writers try to justify it by saying he had autism. Like, that is not a good one. That's not a good thing. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm gonna fix his hair because I realized I kind of got the perspective wrong. Ugh. Transform. There! That looks better. I'm gonna fix the hair. Oh my god, you know what? I've way overshot my time. Well, you know what? I think this is where I'm gonna call it. I'm just gonna catch up with chat first. Oh yeah, ranting about Ruby, it's like, yeah, Judgmental Critter got angry for people who wanted to reboot. I'm like, you know, it's like, okay, I get it. Like, if that's not what you personally wanted, I get it. If you're like, yeah, I disagree, but, you know, the way she put it, she's like, I can't understand at all why people would want to reboot whatsoever. Like, not even listening to anybody. I'm like, you know, and even though, yeah, like, I'm on the opposite side. I'm like, I want to reboot, but I understand why people would want it to continue. And I'm not going to be like, try to belittle them for wanting it to continue. Even if I personally think it's a bad show and I'm like, there's no coming back from it, from the hole they've written themselves into, but, you know, it's like I understand if they want a show they love to end properly. Or busy pop anything, yeah, oh god, I mean, Hell of a Boss and Has-Been Hotel kill me on the inside. Like, I love both the pilots. You know what, I was sold on a really good premise. You know what, I did watch Hell of a Boss up to, I think it was midway through season 2, and then I'm like, I can't watch this anymore. I can't. And then Has-Been Hotel, I did watch, and I'm like, this feels like it could have been a better show if it had more episodes. And also, if both shows had stuck to their premise. Like, you know, like, Hell of a Boss was like basically The Office, but in hell. And Has-Been Hotel was, I want to say, like, saving, like, a hotel management thing and trying to redeem sinners so that, you know, you could send them up to heaven. And, like, I'm just like, okay, like, you know, the show could, like, focus on, like, a sinner or two, like, each episode, like, seeing, like, solve their problems or, like, trying to slowly change their bad behavior or whatever. You can have Alistair in the background being like, I don't really give a crud or whatever. And, like, it felt like, well, like, season 1, episode 1 felt like it would be the start of, like, season 2. Like, I wanted to see, like, Charlie work up from, like, it being, like, a kind of hotel being basically awful. Like, just, like, oh, yeah, it's, like, a cruddy, rundown hotel. Like, no one believes in her whatsoever. Like, everyone mocks her for it. Like, I wanted to see her like work up to that, like get more hotel guests other than Angel Dust and I guess Husk, but yeah. Like, and I guess Husk and her girlfriend Baggy, like, you know, just like, yeah, maybe get more employees, like, you know, it's just like I wanted to see like that so bad. I'm like, that would have been a really good thing, but then they just like, okay, we got angels and demons, like, you know, angels are just killing demons for the fun of it for some godforsaken reason, like, you know, there's no clear end goal with that, and I'm like, yeah, it's just really messy, and then Hell of a Boss just degraded from what it was supposed to be, which is The Office, but in hell to just a soap opera. Like, yeah, no, I didn't sign up for this because both of the characters were central to the soap opera are kind of terrible people, and I'm like, I didn't really want to see that. I just wanted to see like freaking absolutely just like dumb idiots like just trying to make a company work. Like I don't know. Just sorry, no, I haven't watched Red vs. Blue. I mean, I watched like a couple of the shorts. I've seen some clips, but yeah, I haven't followed the show at all. Like, yeah, Carrie is the main writer for Ruby Volume 10. I mean, I'll still put Miles as a writer because he's still on it. Even if he's just like the lore guy, he's still probably writing. He's still probably writing in some aspects. Oscar says, I'm praying Viz is shutting it down. Let them continue it. Yeah, it's, I don't know. Like, you know, I'm like, yeah, at least the most likely scenario, and the one that I think would benefit Viz the most, is just reboot Ruby into a manga. They hand it off to one of their writers, or in-house writers who did like manga adaptations or whatever of like original animated shows, like let's say like Kill la Kill, right? Like Kill la Kill was an anime first, and then someone came in and was like, okay, we're writing a manga on it and stuff. You know, or like there's even been like manga adaptations of like classic tales. Like there's a Charles Dickens manga. There's a Alice in Wonderland manga, like, you know, just stuff like that. It's like, so I'm like, I could see them like, okay, we're bringing in, it's like, okay, we're shutting this down. We're going to bring in one of our writers. They're going to write a manga. They're like, we'll hire an artist to draw it. You know, it's like, and then if it does well, we will make an anime out of it. I don't know. That's at least that's my whatever business sense I have talking. So yeah, it is a lack of planning. It really is. Like, honestly, like, yeah, that commentary, that line where it's just like, we're learning to tell a story while simultaneously telling a story. I'm like, you are writing like I was when I was 15. Like, with the very first story I ever, like, the original story I ever wrote. Like, sporadic, not looking back at what he did before, retconning it to try and make it more sense, but then realizing that you kind of done screwed up in that regard. Stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, I don't really feel sympathy. Like, I mean, I feel more sympathy for Blitz than I do Stolas, because at least Blitz, like, the show isn't trying to pretend like he's a good person. At least, like, with Stolas, they're trying to pretend that he is a good person. He is the victim, you know, Blitz should be with him and stuff, because, ooh, yaoi, or whatever, you know? But, like, yeah, I don't regard him as a good person, and the show is trying to pretend that he is. Blitz, I feel slightly more sympathy for, because you can clearly see, like, just how his psyche has been damaged. And, you know, it's like, you know, I get you're an awful person, and the show isn't trying to pretend that you are a good person. Like, you might be, like, somewhat relatable to, like, you know, your friends, like, or whatever, like, your pet, like, your daughter or whatever. You know, you like your daughter, it's like you have some good traits, but mostly overall, you're a bad person. The show is not trying to pretend otherwise. But, you know, Stolas is like, that irritates me more because the show is trying to pretend that he is a good person. Like, you know, I can relate it back to Ruby, like, you know, with volume 7 through 9, like, they are, like, you know, the show tried to pretend that Team Ruby and company were good people, like, they're the heroes, right? But then, like, clearly, like, as a content, it's like, and it's like, no, this is, like, no, they're not good people, they're not the good people in this situation, they assisted in destroying the world more than the main antagonist ever did. So it's like, yeah, so I'm just like, you know, it's like, so I just dipped out. I'm like, I can't. It's like, I can't, like, I mean, I remember it's like, I think it was like one of Flix's exes. Like, I saw a clip where it's like, hey, it like feels good for them or something. It's like, be happy for him. I'm like, okay. I mean, honestly, if I was Blitz, I would just be happy that this was somebody else, and then he wouldn't try to gaslight me anymore, and like try to like do giant romantic gestures. If I was Blitz, I would be happy. It's like I wouldn't be looking all sad and depressed. You know, it's just, yeah. Honestly, like I actually wrote something. I don't know if I should share it, but it's like I actually wrote like a mini fanfic, I guess, of what I thought should have happened, and earlier I actually kind of make Stolas bisexual. I do. Where he can be attracted to women. But like, you know, he did not like his wife. You know, like he just like, okay, it's an arranged marriage, we'll just get over this kid, whatever. And, you know, where like Stella was actually really trying to be a good wife, even if she knew that Stolas didn't love her, but then she saw that he had cheated on her. And then that was like the spiral, like, you know, her brother was whispering in her ear. It's like, you know, he was trying to set her off to, like, you know, so that he could, like, use her to, like, usurp Stolas' power, like, via being, like, so, like, the brother-in-law of him and stuff. Like, I was just trying to rewrite it to make sure it, like, made kind of somewhat, like somewhat sense, like, and I'm like, okay, like, so that you can see, like, oh yes, like, yes, Stolas is a bad person, like, still it took it way too far. She was like, you know, it's like you try to assassinate him and stuff, and, you know, other that, and then, you know, it's like at the end, it's like, it'd be like, okay, Stolas realizes he's been neglectful, and then he really liked the damage he did to both Stella and Octavia. And, like, it's just like, you know, I might be kind of fucking crazy. And it's just like, okay. And he chooses not to sign the divorce papers. Because he's like, I realize I haven't been good to you at all. Whatsoever. This was an arranged thing. And, cause, like, you know, Stella would come in, it's like she would expose her brother's team because she realized she was fucking conning her. She was a con. She was being used. And, like, she realized, like, I kind of don't want him to freaking suffer. I don't want him to. So it's like, and then Stolas at the end of it all, like, at the end of, like, the season finale, like, he's like, I decided not to sign the divorce papers. You know, it's like kind of like a morally gray thing where it's like, yeah, this was an arranged awful marriage and stuff, and he's like, I want to see if I could change and stuff like that. And I realized that Blitz and I have been awful for each other and stuff, you know, because they are awful for each other. I'm like, I would, you know, they can get some action, I just don't want it to be with each other, even though I know clearly they're endgame or whatever. But, you know, alright, you know what, I'm done. I've been ranting about Hotel and stuff, so yeah. I mean, yeah, it's I don't know. I guess if they feel like they're honoring him, more power to them. But I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend for them that they're writing a good story. I'll say that. And, you know, Jay said it would be different if they did the same way Specs Up Line mainly on other protagonists are unrun. You know, yes, that would be great. That would be maybe a much better angle than just, okay, we're showing that the people are terrible, and they should realize that they're terrible, but they don't, I guess, and the story treats them as if they're not. Oscar says, I like this evil, unlikable person. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think she's, like, almost comedically unlikable, where it's like, I don't believe this person exists in real life. Like, I'm like, she is not a well-rounded character at all. Like, she's just a bitch, for lack of a better term. A witch. Yeah, she's a witch, for a lack of a better term. Yeah, I'm like, I mean, like, I feel like, you know, that, like, I don't know, it's just like, it's like she also, you know, it's like she was also in the same boat as Phyllis, right? She had to marry him. They had to have a kid with each other. Even if they had no idea what the other one looked like, whatever. Like, they didn't even meet beforehand, I don't think. Before this whole thing was set up. Yeah. And then Stolas went, yeah, and then also gave us freaking grimoire, which is basically the height of their family's power, and then she's, and then, you know, I'm like, you know, Octavia's supposed to inherit that. So Stolas, technically by proxy, is like squandering their daughter's inheritance and stuff. It's just like, this is all fucking great. I say this married, like, freaking idiot. It's like, I don't know. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, it would just be like one of those things where I'm like, I don't know. I feel like, at least like the way I wrote it, I'm like, I wanted to be able to think on this relationship. And be like, is this, like, it's just like, could they fix it or not? Or whatever, like, you know. It's like one of those things, like, you know, it's like, okay, like, and then Stella would have been like, because she was so mad and tried to assassinate, she's like, I actually liked the man I was forced to marry. What the fudge? It's just like, you know, I'm like, I felt like that would have been a more interesting angle than just being like, oh, I don't like him, but I'm gonna kill him anyways because he cheated on me, even though I didn't like him to begin with. It's like, okay, that's kind of weird. I don't know. At least for me, it's like, bro, she's still part of a very powerful family. She can literally just divorce him and get over with it. You know, or then go back to her powerful family and, like, live a life of luxury. It's not like she's stuck there. It's like, I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, that would have been an interesting angle. It's like, you know, even if he didn't love his wife, you know, it's just like, he realized, like, he's been a shitty person and stuff, and then, like, after really, like, Stella, like, decided to have a change of heart, and he's like, ah, shit, I wasn't good to you at all. It's like, I wanted to see if I can make this thing work. I don't know if we can, but I would like to make it work for our daughter who's spiraling, at least. You know, it's like one of those things where it's like, you know, he's probably not where he wants to be, but, you know, it's like he wants to change. And, like, even if the marriage doesn't work out and he still decides to sign the divorce papers, like, you know, he's like, I wanted to try, at least, because, like, you know, he's like, saw, like, oh, his wife was trying, but he ignored all of it, or whatever, you know, stuff like that. All right, hello, Shia, welcome to Riot Kitty Cafe. You know what, I'm gonna end off, you know, I just went into a long spiral about Hell of a Boss, and, like, how I would write the whole thing with, like, Stella and Stolas and Blitz and stuff, you know. Yeah, I don't take it seriously. I'm like, I looked at Stella, I'm like, this is not a real person at all. Like, even, like, the most real life woman I can think of, I'm like, this doesn't feel like a real person. Like, you know, there have been comically evil antagonists in the past, but with Hell of a Boss, they wanted, at least as far as I'm aware, it seems like the story wanted her to be taken seriously with a threat or something. It's like, I don't know, like, or at least bent her character to the point to make Stolas look better. Which I'm like, yeah, that just rubs me the wrong way a little bit. I'm like, you know, if I had control Hell of a Boss, I would try to make her a little more well-rounded, more interesting character than just comically evil, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm like, you know, it's like, you know, it's like, it's kind kind of like the, I know this is a crazy comparison, like Spy X Family, and like why I ship Lloyd and Yor together, because, you know, this is a fake marriage and stuff, fake life, fake kid, both kind of, and, you know, it's like, okay, maybe something real can come out of something that was artificial. I don't know. You know, I'm just like, I don't know, that's just more interesting to me. I don't know. I mean, hey, the hell of a boss fans don't have to like it, but I'm like, yeah, it's just like, I'm like, who likes Dollhouse or whatever, like, don't have to like it, but I'm like, yeah, I don't know, I'm just like, that interests me more than just two-dimensional and stuff like that, and very flat storytelling, I guess, like, very typical. I mean, their art style is great, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I like some of the characters in it, but I was like, I'm kind of done, because, you know, it's like, okay, you sold me on hotel management plus Ghost Whisperer, but with demons, and The Office, but in hell. But, you know, like, Hazbin Hotel discarded that almost immediately in favor of, like, grand schemes that Heaven was planning. And Hell of a Boss, like, I guess that irritates me more, because, you know, it's like, they did initially stick to their premise more. Like, there was a couple episodes where it wasn't, like, them going off, like, killing people in hell, but it still felt like The Office, because they were still as a group, you know, like, the Imp Company was still, like, a group, and, you know, they were still on the job, right? But, you know, it's like, and then it just slowly degraded, and, like, gosh, it was like freaking Unhappy Campers. I'm like, this is stupid. Like, this is awful. Like, seriously. I actually watched one of the shorts where they were killing someone, like, and she was like a giant, like, demon fan or whatever. It's like, oh my character into your arms. And stuff. It's just like, and it's like, oh, dear, and like, voice is just like, oh, dear God. Just like, oh, dear God, what are you? Like, it's really funny, and like, I was just like, this is so like tight writing, like it's like it's the premise again, or like I kind of don't hope. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I don't know, you know, I like the character designs, and like, I like something in it, but yeah, it's just, like, you know, it's just like, kind of like, I was told on a certain premise, and then we started it, and I don't really want to watch it anymore, sadly. Hello. Yeah, there is moments. I'm like, you know, it's like, I don't know, like, can something real come out of something fake? Like, that's my thing. Like, I'm like, did I remember, like, okay, there's, like, a scene in the manga, yeah, actually, it was adapted in the anime. It was, like, or, it's just, like, or it's, like, Yor gets really jealous over, like, really, I don't remember what, it was, like, some kind of, like, kitty thing. Like, I think it was, like, it's, like, I just want to have, it's like really petty, like, it's like Fiona or whatever, aka Nightfall. You know, she's like guys really strong, like, sputtering, like, nonsense. She's like trying to work up the courage to, like, it's like, hey, you can end the marriage if you want to. It's like you can end the marriage if you want to, if you found someone you want to be with. And like, he's like, and like, he takes it like the very incoherent blabbering is like, it's like, wait, does your feelings for me? And he actually gets incredibly flustered, and then he's like, okay, Twilight Zone, activate it. And he tries to seduce her, and like, it's like that moment, it's like, oh my god, it's like he actually gets really like flustered and he's scared. That's really cute. Alright, oh, my day's going well. A little groggy, but, you know, doing good. I've actually been working nights. Okay, so, you know, this is still like 30 minutes of talking about freaking Hell of a Boss, I guess. Like, I'm just like, okay. Alright, you know what? I think I'm done for the day, though. So this was fun discussion. So I got one outfit sketch out, so alright, we'll continue this line work, and I probably will try to work on more poses. Well, like, at least, like, doing pose details as well, because I don't even have a pose for Victoria's regular outfit. So, alright. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and since StreamYards decided that Yeah, since StreamYard's decided to not play my outro or intro anymore, I didn't even know this update happened. I am going to call it here. I might try to look into restream. Otherwise cancel subscription, maybe stick with StreamYards, but we'll see. Alright. Bye. Bye, everybody, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Riot Kitty is signing out. I will try to get a channel update video out next week, and other than that, I got some big stuff cooking. All right, bye.